Hare Krishna, the 29th Shloka from the second chapter. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschid enam Ascharyavad vadati tathaiva chanyah Ascharyavacha chainam anyah shrunoti Shrutvapya enam veda na chaiva kaschita. Some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. Purport: since Gitā is largely based on the principles of the Upanishads, it is not surprising to also find this passage in the Katha. I'm sorry if I have pronounced it wrongly, but I'll try it. Shravanayapi bahubhir yo na labhyah Shranvanto pi bahavo yamana vidyuh Ascharyo vakta kushalosya labdha Ascharyo gnata kushalanu shistah. The fact that the atomic soul is within the body of a gigantic animal, in the body of a gigantic banyan tree, and also in the microbic germs, millions and billions of which occupy only an inch of space, is certainly very amazing. Men with a poor fund of knowledge and men who are not austere cannot understand the wonders of the individual atomic spark of spirit. Even though it is explained by the greatest authority of knowledge, who imparted lessons even to Brahma, the first living being in the universe. Owing to a gross material conception of things, most men in this age cannot imagine how such a small particle can become both so great and small. So men look at the soul proper as wonderful, either by institution or by description. Illusioned by the material energy, people are also engrossed in subject matters for sense gratification that they have very little time to understand the question of self-understanding. Even though it is a fact that without this self-understanding, all activities result in ultimate defeat in the struggle for existence. Perhaps they have no idea that one must think of the soul and thus make a solution to the material miseries. Some people who are inclined to hear about the soul may be attending lectures in good association, but sometimes, owing to ignorance, they are misguided by acceptance of the supersoul and the atomic soul as one, without distinction of magnitude. It is very difficult to find a man who perfectly understands the position of the supersoul, the atomic soul, the respective functions and relationships, and all other major and minor details. And it is still more difficult to find a man who has actually derived full benefit from knowledge of the soul and who is able to describe the position of the soul in different aspects. But if somehow or the other one is able to understand the subject matters of the soul, then one's life is successful. The easiest process of understanding the subject matter of self, however, is to accept the statements of the Bhagavad Gita, spoken by the greatest authority, Lord Krishna, without being deviated by other theories. But it also requires a great deal of penance and sacrifice, either in this life or in the previous ones, before one is able to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna can, however, be known as such by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee and by no other way. So in this shloka we get a glimpse of self-realization, right? And how it is important for one to understand at the right time. So even if you are watching this video today or now, it's the grace of Krishna itself, right? So it's very important before to understand the Bhagavad Gita, some amount of devotion is needed towards Krishna, right? So I would suggest everyone to at least chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra one mala or twice in a day, right? So at least we can begin with small steps, and you'll see yourself transforming and your thoughts becoming broader, right? So till the next Shloka, Hare Krishna.